There is one time of the day when your mind is more open, more receptive, and, interestingly, more powerful than any other. It's not at night, it's not during work, and much less when fatigue has already taken over. It's first thing in the morning, before the world starts pulling you in all directions. And what you do in those first few minutes can determine whether the day moves in the direction of prosperity or scarcity. Most people wake up in automatic mode, already worried about bills, delays, messages, and problems that haven't even happened yet. Without realizing it, they surrender control of the subconscious mind to fear, haste, and old patterns. But there is a different path. A simple morning ritual aligned with universal principles, biblical prosperity, and mental reprogramming, capable of adjusting your internal frequency for conscious richness, clarity, and action. Napoleon Hill already explained this decades ago, and today brain plasticity confirms it. What you feed as soon as you wake up shapes your identity, strengthens your faith, and builds your financial reality. This audio is not only motivational, it is a direct invitation to align mind, spirit, and daily discipline, activating a success mindset that grows from the inside out. If you are ready to stop just wishing for prosperity and start living this spiritual alignment in practice, then stay with me, because it all starts now, in the first minutes of your day. The first minutes of the morning work as a fertile ground. The mind has not yet been invaded by demands, negative news, or external pressures, and precisely for this reason it is more sensitive to autosuggestion and mental reprogramming. It is in this interval that the subconscious mind absorbs commands much more easily, shaping thoughts, emotions, and decisions throughout the day. Those who understand this do not wake up by chance, they wake up with intention. Napoleon Hill already taught that prosperity begins before visible action. It is born in the state of mind that you cultivate as soon as you awaken. When you start the day in spiritual alignment, activating faith and abundance, your brain begins to seek opportunities instead of threats. The brain's ability to reorganize itself comes into play here, because repeating this pattern daily strengthens mental connections linked to financial prosperity and the success mindset. That's why a well-structured morning ritual is worth more than hours of scruffy effort. It's not about waking up early out of obligation, but about waking up aware of the power you carry in those first few minutes. A simple adjustment of focus, accompanied by morning gratitude and creative visualization, completely changes the tone of the day. And when the day turns, decisions change with it, setting the stage for the next step in that journey. This true portal is open, ready to receive commands that influence your prosperity, your choices, and even your relationship with money. It is at this point that mental reprogramming ceases to be theory and becomes daily practice. When you understand how the subconscious mind works, you will realize that many financial blocks do not come from a lack of capacity, but from old programs running silently. Phrases like "money is hard" or "prosperity is not for me" were installed without permission. The good news is that the brain's plasticity allows you to update these codes, as long as you take control with daily discipline and clear intention. Here comes the conscious use of autosuggestion. It is not repeating empty phrases, but aligning thought, emotion, and identity. When you declare prosperity with faith and abundance first thing in the morning, your brain begins to filter reality differently. Small opportunities come to the fore, decisions become more strategic, and without realizing it, you start acting like someone who hopes to prosper, setting the stage for the next principle. Prosperity has never been just a matter of money, although many people still confuse things. From the biblical perspective, to prosper is to live in spiritual alignment, where resources, opportunities, and growth flow as a consequence of well-applied principles. Biblical prosperity begins with the renewal of the mind, passes through applied faith, and is manifested in practical life, including financial prosperity. When faith and abundance go together, fear loses space. The Bible speaks repeatedly about sowing and reaping, about diligence, wisdom, and responsibility. These are universal principles that work regardless of the era. It is not a matter of waiting for passive miracles, but of acting in partnership with spiritual laws of prosperity that call for attitude, daily discipline, and conscience. This is where many people get stuck, because they want spiritual results without aligning thought, identity, and action. Prosperity is not guilt or sin, it is a tool. When you start your day with a morning ritual connected to gratitude, clarity, and intention, you honor these principles in a practical way. And the more you practice this alignment, the more natural it becomes to live in expansion, making room for the next level of this construction. It all starts with how you see yourself. Thought generates feeling, feeling reinforces identity, and identity defines decisions. If, deep down, you still see yourself as someone who just survives, that's what your choices will sustain. Real change happens when thought and faith go together, creating an identity aligned with prosperity and the success mindset. Napoleon Hill reinforced that faith is not passive belief, it is a state of mind. When you believe before you see, your behavior naturally changes. You start acting like someone who expects growth, not like someone who fears losing. This silent change influences everything from the way you speak to the opportunities you accept or reject, directly affecting your financial prosperity. That's why the morning ritual needs to touch identity, not just emotion. By working on creative visualization, autosuggestion, and spiritual alignment early on, you reinforce who you are becoming. Gradually, the old identity becomes uncomfortable and a new version begins to take over. And when that happens, the next step stops looking like an effort and becomes a consequence. You don't have to wake up 2 hours earlier or turn the morning into something heavy. A morning ritual of just 7 minutes, done well, is enough to align mind, faith, and direction. The secret is not in time, but in intention. These minutes act as a fine-tuning of the subconscious mind, preparing you to act with clarity and focus throughout the day. For the first 2 minutes, start with mindful breathing and morning gratitude. Nothing elaborate, mentally give thanks for 3 simple and real things. This instantly changes the emotional state and activates areas of the brain linked to abundance and brain adaptability. Then take 2 minutes to autosuggestion, reaffirming your prosperity identity, always connecting faith and abundance with something concrete you want to build. The last 3 minutes go into the creative view. Imagine your day flowing, clear decisions, productive meetings, and steps aligned with your action plan. It's not fantasy, it's mental training. Napoleon Hill argued for just that when the mind repeatedly sees an outcome, the body begins to act toward it. This simple ritual creates a solid foundation for the next pillar of mental reprogramming. Mental reprogramming doesn't work without structure, and this is where the 3 pillars that support any real change come in: desire, faith, and action. Desire sets the direction. It is what gives clarity to what you want to build. Not a vague desire, but a conscious, specific desire aligned with the prosperity and conscious wealth that you wish to live on a daily basis. Faith comes in as the emotional fuel of this process. And here we are not talking about blind faith, but applied faith, the one that sustains constancy even when the results have not yet appeared. Napoleon Hill insisted that faith is a trainable state of mind, reinforced by autosuggestion and daily repetition. When you strengthen this faith first thing in the morning, your subconscious mind begins to work for you, not against you. But without action, everything becomes just a passing motivation. The action is the seal of commitment to the renewal of the mind. Small daily movements, aligned with a simple plan of action, make prosperity leave the spiritual field and enter practical reality. When desire, faith, and action go together, change ceases to be a heavy effort and becomes a natural process, setting the stage for the next level of this ritual. Visualizing is not imagining for the sake of imagining. Intense visualization is mental training with purpose. When you see yourself living the prosperity you want, your brain begins to treat that image as something possible and familiar. The subconscious mind responds to emotionally charged images, which is why creative visualization needs to be felt, not just thought about. Anticipatory gratitude comes in as a powerful shortcut. By giving thanks before you even receive, you change the internal state from expectation to trust. This movement reinforces faith and abundance and activates universal principles that Napoleon Hill already described, even before brain plasticity was widely studied. Gratitude is not naivety, it is spiritual alignment with what you are building. A simple example: when you wake up, visualize yourself solving a financial challenge with clarity, feeling relief and satisfaction. Then, thank them as if that solution was already in progress. This exercise, repeated daily, adjusts your success mindset and influences practical decisions throughout the day. And the more natural it becomes, the more you realize that the next step comes almost automatically. Prosperity without direction becomes only good intentions. After aligning mind, faith, and emotion first thing in the morning, it is the action plan that transforms all this into concrete results. It doesn't have to be complex. A simple daily plan with clear and measurable goals already keeps your mind focused on what really matters, avoiding dispersion and self-sabotage. When you set 1 to 3 essential actions per day, your subconscious mind understands that there is a real commitment to financial prosperity. This reinforces mental reprogramming because repeated action validates the new identity you are building. It's like saying to the brain, this is not just positive thinking, this is who I am now. Napoleon Hill argued that success is predictable when there is clarity and constancy. A written action plan, even if small, reduces anxiety, increases focus, and strengthens daily discipline. At the end of the day, reviewing what has been done closes the mental cycle with a sense of progress. And that feeling is fuel to protect your first few minutes of the morning from the next silent enemies. The first silent thief of morning prosperity is autopilot. Waking up and picking up your cell phone, checking messages, social networks, or news throws your mind directly into the external chaos. In this state, the subconscious mind is programmed by other people's urgencies, not by its goals. In a few minutes, the morning ritual loses strength and mental reprogramming is replaced by anxiety disguised as routine. The second thief is directionless haste. There are people who even wake up early, but already wake up late inside. Everything is rushing, accelerated thinking, and zero presence. This state of mind blocks clarity, weakens faith and abundance, and prevents spiritual alignment. Prosperity requires strategic calm, not slowness, but awareness of what is being cultivated early in the day. The third thief is morning self-criticism. Starting the day by remembering past mistakes, debts, or failures creates an internal noise that sabotages the success mindset. The renewal of the mind requires a conscious choice of focus. It is not denying reality, it is deciding not to build the day from it. Protecting your first few minutes is an act of daily discipline that prepares you for a deeper commitment to transformation. True transformation doesn't happen on an inspiring day, but in cycles of commitment. The 30, 60, and 90-day periods function as mental milestones that help the subconscious mind accept a new identity. In the first 30 days, the focus is on adaptation, creating the morning ritual, adjusting schedules, and strengthening daily discipline without seeking perfection. At 60 days, something changes internally. Resistance decreases, practice begins to feel natural, and applied faith gains more consistency. The brain's ability to adapt has already kicked in, strengthening patterns linked to prosperity, clarity, and strategic action. It is at this point that many people begin to notice small financial changes, safer decisions, and less emotional sabotage. In the 90 days, the ritual ceases to be an effort and becomes part of who you are. The success mindset is consolidated, the spiritual alignment deepens, and the action plan is executed with more confidence. It's not the end of the journey, it's a new beginning. And when you realize this, you understand that prosperity is a path built day after day, not an isolated event. Now let me ask you something very direct. What have you been doing, consciously, in the first minutes of your day? Have you allowed the subconscious mind to be trained for prosperity? Or do you continue to surrender this precious space to haste, fear, and autopilot? Conscious wealth begins exactly with this simple, powerful daily choice. Everything you've seen here doesn't require special talent, luck, or perfect conditions. It requires a decision. Decision to apply a morning ritual, to respect the process of mental reprogramming, to align faith and abundance with practical action. Biblical prosperity, universal principles, and the teachings of Napoleon Hill converge on one point: those who take care of the mind build destiny more clearly. So, starting tomorrow, are you going to repeat the same pattern, or are you going to test something new for 7 minutes? Will you continue to expect motivation, or will you create daily discipline? Transformation begins when learning becomes practice. If this content made sense to you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and follow the next videos. Here, each content is one more step in building your success mindset.